Coming up on Mountain News this morning, the Democrats running for president are heading to South Carolina ahead of this weekend's primary.
President Trump is taking his message overseas this morning in a quick trip to India.
And a local fire department hosts a concert to raise money for much-needed gear.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning. The time is 6:31 on February 24th. I'm Madison Pargrove.
And I'm Will Puckett. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain News This Morning on this Monday.
And really what shocks me the most is we're almost through the month of February.
Yeah, last full week.
And I know that we've seen no snow, so you're disappointed. But
not even really February.
Let's go to Brandon Robinson because we might have some at the end of this week. So there is good news for Will out there, Brandon.
Exactly. Now here's the thing. Winter ends in mid-March officially, but I have lived here my entire life. I have seen winter snows in March, April, and even early May. So Will, don't get discouraged yet. I hope it doesn't happen, but don't get discouraged yet. Let's take a look at what's happening this morning. Live Pinpoint Doppler radar here at 6:32, and you can see some heavier bands of rain moving through this morning. Maybe some snow in the higher elevations. Wise is at 34. We've been taking a look at our UVA Wise camera, but not this time around. We'll take a look at our WYMT studio camera. Not a whole lot going on here except for some rain bands here in Hazard. 39 in Williamsburg, 36 in Harlan, 34 in Wise, 39 Ashland. Temperatures already starting to go back up just a little bit there this morning, so that's a good sign. Temperatures in the upper 30s to low 40s around the area this morning, heading back toward 49 or 50 later today, but those rain chances will stick around. The extended forecast on the way here in a little bit. Will?
All righty, Brandon, thank you. Well, the Democratic presidential race now moves to South Carolina. 7 candidates will take the stage in Charleston Tuesday night, several of them looking for a much-needed win in this Saturday's state primary.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders became the clear frontrunner this weekend following his victory in the Nevada caucuses. CBS's Danya Backus has the latest.
Democratic presidential hopefuls are crisscrossing the country.
We're going to win here in Texas.
Denver is ready for some big structural change.
Super Tuesday is just 8 days away, but first, voters in South Carolina will cast their ballots this Saturday.
We have a huge say in what's going to happen in South Carolina.
It's the last of the first 4 states, and African-American support plays a bigger role than in the previous 3.
You can control this outcome. I'm going to do everything in my power to earn your respect, earn your vote.
I know that when I'm asking for that vote, I'm asking for something that is hard won.
Political experts say this race can give the winner a crucial boost.
It's really going to be, I think, a tiebreaker. It's going to be a gateway to the Super Tuesday states that are coming just 3 days later.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders is surging after a big victory in the Nevada caucuses, but a prominent South Carolina lawmaker expressed skepticism about his politics.
South Carolinians are pretty leery about that title, socialist.
It's taxes on billionaires.
Sanders defended the cost of his programs on 60 Minutes.
When you help the billionaires and you help Wall Street, hey, of course we can pay for it. That's what America's supposed to be about. Well, I disagree.
7 candidates will square off tomorrow in the last debate before the Super Tuesday contest. Danya Backus, CBS News, Charleston, South Carolina.
And tomorrow's debate is hosted by CBS News and the Congressional Black Caucus Institute. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg will be in the debate, but he will not be on the ballot this Saturday in South Carolina. Fellow billionaire Tom Steyer, who did not qualify for last week's Nevada debate, has made the stage this time around. And Twitter is suspending dozens of pro-Bloomberg accounts. Now, a spokesperson for the platform said it suspended 70 accounts for violating its rules on manipulation and spam, specifically posting identical messages in support of Bloomberg. Bloomberg campaign spokeswoman Sabrina Sine says staff had not been deceitful. She said that through the Outvote app, content and quote shared by staffers and volunteers to share their network or friends and family and was not intended to mislead anyone.
President Trump is in India this morning, but it will be a quick trip lasting just 36 hours. This will be President Trump's first visit to the country since he took office. There is not much substance on the agenda, but Indian Prime Minister Modi got the president to come by, promising him a big show and a big crowd.
We're going to have many millions and millions of people. I hear it's going to be a big event. Some people say the biggest event they've ever had in India.
Now, India is also big business for the Trump Organization and is home to the most Trump properties outside of North America. The president and first lady will visit a slightly more iconic building, the famed Taj Mahal, at sunset. Meanwhile, tensions continue to mount after Gaza militants fired a series of rocket barrages into Israel. Israel responded with airstrikes on militant targets. The Army said the Iron Dome aerial defense system intercepted more than half of the launches, and many other landed in open ground. There are no reports of injuries.
And more departures are expected from the United States' top intelligence office. The rumblings come amid the recent and controversial appointment of Richard Grenell as acting director of the National Intelligence. CNN reports concern by some career intelligence officials that Shelby Pearson might be next. She oversees election security intelligence and is viewed as nonpartisan in her analysis. Grenell has said he's only filling his role on a temporary basis. And people from the Dominican Republic took to the streets this weekend to protest the suspension of the municipal elections last weekend due to the critical issues in the country's voting system. Thousands of people have been protesting all week at the doors of the Central Electoral Board, alleging the municipal elections were sabotaged. A massive protest is expected to take place nationwide on Thursday against the government of President Danilo Medina.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy says he has cancer. He posted on Twitter the tumor is in his left kidney. He is scheduled for surgery in March. Murphy says his prognosis is very good thanks to early detection. He's using his illness to advocate for health care for all. He says medical care is a right, not a privilege. Meanwhile, in local news, running a volunteer fire department isn't cheap. Like others in our region, members of the Wheelwright Fire Department are facing the same funding shortage problem. Sunday evening, a benefit concert was held in hopes to alleviate some of that stress. Safety Officer Tiffany Rivera says this is the perfect way to not only help the department, but highlight local talent as well.
So continuing to keep something that is so positive and such a big pillar of the community is something that you don't want to let see go. And having fundraisers like this is just one little way to keep it always going.
The concert was held inside the Wheelwright Gym. For 100 years, the Wheelwright Fire Department has served the surrounding community. Members say they want to thank everyone for coming out last night.
And officials with the Laurel County Sheriff's Office say a man was arrested Saturday night after attempting to strangle a woman. Deputies say when they arrived to the scene, they could hear a woman making choking noises from outside a home. When deputies went inside, they told 32-year-old Daniel Hornsby of London to stop choking the woman, but he did not. They jumped into action, taking Hornsby into custody. He's being held in the Laurel County Correctional Center. And a Floyd County man is behind bars this morning following a weekend police chase. Martin City Police Chief Kenny Stidham says he tried to pull over a pickup truck on Saturday afternoon, but the car did not stop. Officials say 37-year-old John Tackett of Harold was driving the truck. The chase went on for several miles until Tackett crashed into two patrol cars in the Printer community. Tackett faces several charges.
One person is dead in Southwest Virginia following a crash late last week. It happened Friday afternoon in Wise County. Virginia State Police say 80-year-old Hazel Mullins of Coburn flipped her car over a guardrail on Route 58A. Officials say her car ran off the left side of the road, and when she overcorrected, her car crossed the center line, going over a guardrail and hitting a tree. The crash is still under investigation. Meanwhile, a portion of a Perry County road is now back open after it closed for more than a week. Part of left fork of Maces Creek Road originally closed because of a break in the pavement. The road closing caused Viper Elementary to close for a day. Repairs were supposed to be done by Friday evening, but were delayed a bit. Officials warned to still use caution when driving over the roadway, as some parts of the road are still rough.
And Consolidated Baptist Church in Hazard celebrated Black History Month on Sunday. Church and community members started the event off with lunch. The church had City of Knoxville Councilwoman Amelia Parker as a guest speaker. Her dad is the pastor of the church, and even though Parker lives in Knoxville now, she is originally from Eastern Kentucky.
Well, the forecast this morning is soggy for some, others still dry at the moment. Live Pinpoint Doppler radar. The rain kind of wrapping up just a little bit now for the western counties, and the northern counties haven't seen a whole lot yet. Right here in the central parts of the area, seeing some heavier bands. Temperatures could see some snow mixing in Wise. Is at 34 over that way, 37 in Harlan. Somerset and Williamsburg both at 39, along with Ashland. Everybody else is in the 40s this morning. So a normal day temperature-wise on the coffee meter, but it's Monday, so we all need just a little extra. The out-the-door forecast we are going to see, again, rain chances off and on throughout the day as temperatures top out right around 50. Guys?
All righty, Brandon, thank you, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning.
Still to come, one teenager is making bow ties to help himself and some four-legged friends in the process.